welcome to my channel. My name is Oshin and I'm not a financial advisor. In this video, I will present a comprehensive analysis of the Apple stock and will show you with evidence why the stock is a buy at the moment. I'll encourage you to place close attention to my thesis and also carry out your own personal research before making a move on this stock. I'll be taking a look at 1. How the stock split will affect the stock price. 2. What will be the target price when the market trades at the new price from August 31st. And 3. A detailed Q2 report for Apple Incorporation. Before we move on, let me show you that Apple has a long history of doing stock splits. This will be Apple's 5th stock split since going public in 1980. Apple went public on December 12, 1980 at $22 per share. The stock has split 4 times since the IPO, so on a split adjusted basis, the IPO share price was 39 cents. As you can see here, Apple did a stock split on a 2-for-1 basis on June 16, 1987. Also, on June 21, 2000, Apple did another stock split. Also, on February 28, 2005, Apple did a 2-for-1 stock split. On June 9, 2014, Apple did its largest stock split ever. Apple did a 7-for-1 stock split. Basically, what's a stock split? A stock split is a corporate action in which a company divides its existing shares into multiple shares to boost the liquidity of the shares. On July 30, 2020, Apple announced its 5th stock split, a 4-for-1 stock split. If you're a current shareholder, you will receive additional 3 shares of Apple, meaning 1 share will give you a total of 4 shares. Since the stock split was announced, Apple stock increased by 29.98%. And at the close of the market on July 30, 1 stock of Apple was $384.07. As at the close of the market on Friday, August 28, 1 stock of Apple share was $499.23. This gives us a total increase of about $115 just in 4 weeks. Now, I'll show you a simple calculation about a stock split. Let's take this Excel sheet to be the stock analysis for Ainur David. In 1987, let's assume Ainur David bought 100 shares of the Apple stock. In 1987, 1 share of the Apple stock was $1.48. That gives a total value of $148 in 1987. In 1987, Apple announced a 2-for-1 stock split. That will bring the total shares for Ainur to 200. That's 2 times 100 shares. In 2000, Apple also announced a 2-for-1 stock split, meaning Ainur David was going to get another 2-for-1 stock split. Now, we are assuming that Ainur David never bought any single Apple share after 1987. So in 2000, Apple announced another 2-for-1 stock split. Ainur David now has 400 shares. In 2005, Apple also announced another stock split, a 2-for-1 stock split. Now, Ainur David now has 800 shares of Apple. In 2014, Apple announced a 7-for-1 stock split, meaning at this point, Ainur David now has 5,600 shares of Apple at the cost price of $499.23. That's at the close of the market on August 28th, valued at $2.7 million. A share that was bought in 1987 at $1.48 is now $499.23. He only purchased 100 shares of the Apple stock. But as a result of all of the stock splits over the years, Ainur now has 5,600 shares without ever purchasing any more shares. After the stock split was announced on July 30th, which will take effect from Monday, August 31st, a 4-to-1 stock split, Aino will now own 22,400 shares of Apple Incorporation. Meaning, notice something, guys, the value as at the close of market on August 28th, which is 2.7 million, will still be the same on August 31st, 2.7 million. The difference is this: the stock has been split, a 4-for-1 stock split, meaning the closing amount on Friday, August 28th of 499.23 will be divided by 4. That will be the new price for the Apple stock. From August 31st, 2020, one share of Apple will cost 124.81 cents. Notice something, guys. The Apple stock split didn't change the value Aino David currently has in his shares. Also, changing or offering a stock split does not mean that the fundamentals of the company has changed. The major reason why an announcement of stock split affects the cost of a share or drives the cost of a share upwards is because it gives opportunities for retail investors to come into that stock, to come into the company. And the stock market is like demand and supply. The more there is demand for a particular stock, the higher the price goes. So again, the second reason why the price is driven up is because at that point, people pile in their cash in to make quick swing trades on the stock, knowing fully well that when the value or the price of the stock drops, a lot of retail investors who were unable to buy fractional shares and can only buy whole shares will now also come into the market because they want a slice of that company. That's basically why the price of any company that announces a stock split tends to shoot up. The reverse happens for companies that announce a reverse stock split. Now, a reverse stock split simply means having more shares become lesser. So if, for example, there's a reverse stock split on 4 shares, it means you are going to have a 1-to-4 reverse stock split. So 4 shares will become 1 share. Historically, companies that announce a reverse stock split tend not to do well in the long run. Bear in mind that the $2.7 million value on this portfolio is excluding the dividends Aino David ever received. The Apple stock is both a dividend paying stock and a growth stock. And that's one wonderful thing about the Apple stock. Now let's look at the Q2 earnings for Apple Incorporation. Analysts had thought that Apple was not going to beat its year-on-year earnings. But guess what, guys? In the earnings of Q2, Apple Inc. reported a total revenue of $59.685 billion, up about 10.92% from the previous year. That's from last year, same time. It also recorded earnings per share of $2.58, which was 18.35% higher than the previous year. Not only that, it found its iPhone, Mac, iPad, wearables, the iPhone Watch, and services all breaking records. It found that its wearables increased by 16.9% 8.74%, and the sales of iPad increased by 31.04%. Its sales of Mac increased by 21.63%. Obviously, from this, I'm pretty sure that it was because of the stay at home, because of the Rona, that made all of this sales for these devices shoot up. We see clearly here that the iPhone just had a difference of 1.6% year on year. Now, the growth of the service business over the past few years cannot be overstated. Apple CEO Tim Cook set a goal in 2017 to double the services revenue in 4 years. Now, Apple achieved this 6 months before the deadline. They doubled their services revenue 6 months before the deadline. Of course, there is still a lot of growth in the Apple stock, considering the fact that the 5G iPhone, which will be released in 2021, will also be groundbreaking. There are 2 case studies for the Apple stock. You're either an existing shareholder or you're a new shareholder. If you're an existing shareholder, you should buy more and hold for the long term. If you're a new shareholder, you should buy into the stock, become a shareholder, and obviously hold for the long term. Both cases are positive for me, as I see no downside for this stock in the long term. The release of the 5G iPhone in 2021 will also be a catalyst for this stock. Future quarterly results are also expected to be positive in my opinion. There are also rumors that Apple is planning a secret project to develop an electric car. Let's see how that goes. Therefore, my price target within the next 24 months for this stock is this. In 2021, I see the stock ranging between $150 and $195 per share. And in 2022, it could go as high as $250 per share. Alright, now, so let's have a look at Ainur David's portfolio again. The stock ended or closed on August 28th at $499.23. And that's a value of $49,923 with a split multiple of 4, which gives us a total of 400 shares for Ainur David. With a share price or with a split price of 124.80 for 1 share of Apple, the value of the stock remains same. But in 2021, should the stock price hit $150, this portfolio will be valued at $60,000. And should it hit $195, this portfolio will be valued at $78,000. In 2022, should the Apple stock hit $250, this portfolio will be valued at $100,000. For me, the target price for 2021 and onwards is calculated based on the historical growth rate and future potentials of Apple. It will be fun to watch the Apple stock trade at a low price of $124 come 31st August 2020. There is a huge demand at lower prices, and we saw this during the March lows when the American economy was forced to shut down as a result of the Rona. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and share this video. Also, please do subscribe, and see you on the next one.